You don't need a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 bike to go have adventures on or ride off road. This thing cost me $3 grand. What's going on everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to be doing a 1-year review or an overview of the first gen Suzuki V-strom 650. What I think about it so far, how it's been, and is it a real adventure bike, and go over things I like, dislike, and we'll stop and go over the bike and show you some things I've changed over the last year. So we'll start with the things I like about it. It's got pretty decent power, good power delivery. It's not too crazy, not too soft. For this type of stuff, it's not perfect, but it's doable, as you can see. It's a pretty comfortable bike as far as road riding. Cruises at 80, no problem. Got pretty good ergonomics when it comes to sitting down. And as far as off-road, just pretty decent there too. I'll say some of the areas it's lacking is the suspension travel, obviously. It's only got, like, don't quote me because I'm not going to get technical in this. Just giving you a real world review on it, but suspension travel is like 5 inches, 5.5 inches, something like that. And it's a little bit different front to rear. Like I said, you can look it up. These bikes have been out since 2004, so easy to find information on them. So it lacks in that aspect of suspension travel. Some people are going to say stuff about the cast wheels. So I hadn't had any problems with them, but I keep my tire pressure up pretty decent so I don't crack a wheel or try not to bend it. And if it comes to rough, rocky, rooty areas like these, I just tend to slow down a little bit and not just punish my way through them like you would on any big bike probably. So the cast wheels have not been a problem. So I can't say that's a pro or a con. The biggest con I can say about the bike, it's kind of heavy, and the suspension travel. I mean, some might say, yeah, you need a 21-inch front wheel. I hadn't rode a big adventure bike with a 21-inch front wheel, so I can't say whether it helps or hurts. I know on the street it probably wouldn't be as good. In dirt, maybe it helps some, but y'all take into consideration that all these bikes are heavy. When you get up into bigger displacements, whether it's a T7, Africa Twin, whatever, they're all heavy. So it's not a dirt bike. It's never going to be one. And for most people's ability, this bike will get you everywhere you need to go within reason. I mean, it's took me, I say I'm riding, this ain't really single track, but it's OHV trail area, and it handles it. Don't do this stuff a lot, but for big adventure rides, it's great. You put your luggage on it, which I keep on here all the time. You can pack it down and still handle off-road, still go on any gravel road, all that stuff you want to do. So in my opinion, it's probably one of the most underrated adventure bikes ever made. Just because it's stone reliable. I mean, you can beat the piss out of these bikes. I mean, look at Oz ADV rider. Go check his channel out if you want to see somebody really beat it. I mean, his not stock anymore, but he beats the piss out of it. And obviously you've seen some of our videos. I mean, we beat them pretty hard. And they can take it. And these things, mine's got like 53,000 miles on it. And heard reports of people getting 150, 200,000, and they really even have to adjust the valves. It's crazy. And I've not really been a Suzuki fan, more of a Honda guy, but this bike has impressed me a lot over the last year I've owned it. I mean, it's super reliable. The only thing I've done to it maintenance wise, I put chain and sprockets on it. We got a video on that. And I had to put a starter switch on there. Those are a known problem on the first gen bikes. I don't know about the later ones. It corrodes up in there. The wires break off and it won't start. It starts with your headlight going out, then it won't start, and then it goes from there. I replaced that and pretty much changed the oil on it. Oh yeah, one other thing, I had to replace the stator, which has got, like I said, 50-something thousand miles on it. So that's also was sort of a known problem on the first gen bikes. The stator's going out. But other than that, it's been real reliable. Any bike, once you get 50,000 miles on it, you're going to start doing some maintenance. Everybody knows that too, so it's been a good one. I don't think anybody that gets one would be disappointed about having one, because like I said, and one thing I will mention about it, oh god, about a dislike there, that's the suspension travel getting me right there. But one thing I will mention, probably on the negatives touch, is the ergonomics for somebody tall like me, like 6 foot, standing up on the bike riding it off-road. If you do it for a long period of time, like on this kind of stuff, it is kind of uncomfortable. I mean, it's kind of, the bars are down there. You can't get down into the bike like you can on probably some of the other ones, or especially like a dirt bike like I'm used to. But that's to be expected on a bike like this size, I guess. So that's one thing I like to mention on that. But it's been a good one. You can pick them up pretty cheaply priced and get out there and have some adventures of your own and not break the bank. You don't need a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 bike to go have adventures on or ride off road. This thing cost me $3 grand, and I do it all the time, as y'all see. Been on a bunch of big adventures and a bunch of this kind of stuff. I've had tons of fun. Probably the most fun I've had on a motorcycle in the 30 years I've been riding motorcycles. Alright, now I'll just give you a quick overview of some of the things I've changed, because I wanted to, just to make it better for me as an adventure bike, and some stuff I had to change because it got broken. We got a video of going over the whole bike. I'll drop it in the pinned comment down below. You can check that out. So it won't go into great detail on all that stuff, but we'll just give a quick 1 year ownership overview of it. We'll start with the front of the bike. One of the things I had to change because it got broken was the front fender. I had to cut it. I cut it there just to make it a little skinnier. But back here, about 2 or 3 inches got broke off because a stick popped up or a big log and hit that and broke it. So I cut that fender. And I like the look of it a little better. Now you probably can't tell a huge difference, but it's pretty good. It functions still, so it's good enough for me. Still running the Shinko 804 front tire. All the USBs, heated grip locations, all that stuff's up here, same as the first video. I did change the ram mount location, moved it up here, just made me a little bar to go across the windshield there, the windshield bracket, and mounted my ram mount up there, which I like a little better because it's got a little more visibility and you can see it without having to take your eyes off the road so far. Still running the YZ250 foot pegs. I added a little bag to this crash bar. It's just a molly pouch. Got it fastened back there with the molly straps and zip ties. It holds a little tool and some charging cables, snacks, whatever you want to put in there. One of the biggest things, I went from the hard luggage, the Gibby hard luggage, to the Tusk Pilot Pannier soft bags. I like them a lot better. I changed them for 2 reasons. One, I think it makes the bike look a little more streamlined, definitely makes it skinnier. But 2, I actually broke the Gibby luggage from dropping it a few times. It broke the back of the mountain parts of the back, and they just wouldn't hold up and it wasn't waterproof anymore. Been really impressed with these bags. I'll be doing a long-term review on them at some point, hopefully in the near future, because they've been pretty good, especially for the money. You really can't beat them. I said the YZ foot bag on that side, of course. Got the bag on this side of the crash bar, just holds snacks, different things like that. Same thing, just a little bigger on that side. Still got the same Acerbis hand guards, stock bars, which we'll get into in a second. Went away from the Shinko 805 rear tire, as y'all probably know by one of our videos where we absolutely hated that tire. But this is the Motos Tractionator Adventure. This is the one I've been running for a while. Really like this tire. Gives it really good traction, and probably won't never put anything else on the rear but Motos. Might try a few of their different variations, but definitely gonna stick with Motos from now on. Got the Delkevic full exhaust on it, as you know. And that's basically all I've changed. Now, one thing I do want to change is probably the handlebars. I know Frank from One Old Man Riding mentioned one time that a straighter bar would probably benefit off-road, and I agree with that. Just been trying to toy with the idea of what I want to put on there, and hopefully, because when it's at full lock, they almost hit this now, the handguards. So that's one of the things with less bend, trying to work out, see if that's going to work. So if y'all got any comments about that, drop them down below. But all in all, it's about the only thing that's broken on the bike. I did put the 1-inch suspension lift on it, put the links on the back, did the PVC in the front, which somebody said, oh, it ain't a suspension lift. I know, but that's improved the bike. Skid plate, wish I could tell you the brand. I can't do that because I don't know it. That's pretty much it. Everything's been holding up pretty good. Give you a little spin around the bike. That's after 1 year of me absolutely beating the piss out of it. A few bolts have come loose, but other than that, it's been pretty good. All right, well, there you have it. I just wanted to go over the bike a little bit, tell you some of the pros and cons. No, I didn't dig real deep into it, but don't really have much bad things to say about it. I know everybody like, oh, it's a V-strom 650. It's not that great of a adventure bike, blah, blah, blah. It can't go off-road, all this stuff. Watch our videos. We tend to prove that wrong with deep creek crossings, all the stuff I've hammered this bike through. So it's a great adventure bike. It's probably not the best one out there, I'm sure, but it'll get the job done. And you can find them, well, now with prices being a little higher, it's a little bit more, but $3,000 to $5,000, get them all day long. Go out and have an adventure of your own. Enjoy yourself. Go do some moto camping, whatever. So it's been a great bike. So as always, we appreciate y'all watching. If you would please hit that like button. It helps our videos a lot. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Follow along with us because we'd love to have you stick around. See y'all in the next one.